How you doing out there in cyberspace? This is John Wayne Mercure, the Sonneteer from Chandler, Arizona. Beautiful, beautiful Chandler, Arizona. And I want to talk to you today about one of my heroes. He was my good friend for more than 60 years. A wonderful guy. His name was Stan Blunt. In this sonnet, I want to honor him because he's worth remembering. He died a couple of months ago. And I'm still grieving about it because he was such a great man. And this sonnet is for him. Sonnet number 845. Captain Stan, my valiant, brave hero. A valorous man, Stan, intrepid soldier, gallant officer, a leader of men. A glamorous man, good-looking guy, an Elvis look-alike, handsome beyond description. I can't tell you how his smiling personality. He was so handsome. He had a fabulous mother, Virginia, a really nice lady, a real lady. And his dad was the town mayor of Canyon City, Colorado. Beautiful Canyon City. The Tigers live there. That's what they call their team. Parents, mom and dad, Stan's parents were just beaming with happiness because of their son. A marvelous athlete was he. He was the town hero, surrounded by girls. I always saw a bunch of girls around him, and they were all knockouts. He just was that kind of guy. He was a gentleman with all of them. That's the way his dad made him. A gentleman, you got to respect him because of the other people's daughters. I was taught the same thing. You got to respect other people's daughters. And that's the kind of guy he was. Fleet as the wind, a football player. Tremendous. One of my classmates, he said we couldn't catch him. He was so fast. A great basketball competitor. I know because I played against him and we were like two wolves at each other and it was fun, a lot of fun. And you respect another good player. And we became really, really good friends. I mean, he sent me a gift. I don't even want to tell you who does something like that. Meet Captain Stan, the man. We got to honor him with glory. He wanted adventures, and he got them too. An excellent student, high school standout, a really big star in high school, intent on making a difference. Captain Stan is, now he's gone, was a heroic man. He enlisted in the Army after finding out college was not to his taste. A testament to his high ideals, wanting to fight for liberty and freedom for our country. He felt military was his place. He entered the military, the Army, as a private. He became a ranger. He served 3 tours in Vietnam as a volunteer. He volunteered. He wanted to help liberty and freedom advance. He had a big heart, and I remember him still because I would talk to him about it over there, and he just loves this country so much. He was determined to protect his buddies. 3 tours in Vietnam, in the jungle, in the dark. A leader without any fear. Serving in the steaming hot jungle, in the mud, the muck, with snipers at you all the time. That scares you, You think your head's going to explode any second. And they were always under constant sniper fire. Most fighting was in darkest night. He used to tell me about that and show me pictures, infrared pictures. He was always in front, leading his men. Officers there behind pushing their men. Well, he inspired his men. He was right in front there. He was a stalwart, the leader in every fight. Combat promotions, he was started as a private. They promoted him to captain, all combat promotions. He was in command of 200 men, and they just adored him. Why? He was in front of everything. He was a miracle. It was a miracle he survived. Many times, he barely escaped death. Captain Stan, I just appreciate it so much. He would send me slides of his Vietnam experiences while he was there in Vietnam. Then I would show them to my world history classes, and they loved them. And I told them, this man's over there fighting for us, so you can be in school, and you can be free, and you can have free speech, and you can go where you want. You're free, liberty. And he's that kind of guy. And the slides were terrific. And I'll tell you something. I wish there were more situations like that where young people were told, our military, we have to honor them and respect them. You can't imagine giving up their life for us? Yeah. And to volunteer? Yeah. And they deserve our thanks. You got to tell students that freedom is not free. It was paid for with blood. Liberty requires bravery. You got to be brave and defend those people that would take your liberty away from you. You got to teach them how tyrants always want to crush America's republic. We have domestic enemies that don't like this country. They care about party more than they do our country. We have to care about America. We're all Americans, and we have to understand there's soldiers and sailors and airmen that died, and Marines and SEALs and Rangers. Stan was a Ranger. He was the #1 student in his Ranger class. And I'll tell you what, to say you're an Army Ranger and to be first in that class, that's an achievement. And that's Captain Stan. There's so many enemies that we're not sure right now. There's so many places around the world. We're almost to go to war with Iran. And it's a scary thing. But we got to back President Trump. He's going to do what's best. I hope to God, pray to God. Patriots, they'll always defend us. They'll fight bullies, those people in the service. Sometimes they give everything. They give their lives. They're dead. Despots, crazy people, crazed by desire and for power. They're obsessed by demons, evil. They're Satan's little helpers. They would enslave us all if they could, if it wasn't for warriors like Captain Stan Blunt. And there's so many of you out there right now, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Hey, the good life we enjoy is paid for by blood of military men and women. Even now, our military men and women die in Iraq and Afghanistan. When I see names of our dead, I ask God to take them to heaven. I mean, we have to stay in those countries because there's still those crazy people out there. They would even kill children. We got to put a stop to that. Liberty and freedom for everybody. For everybody. Ya Allah, Allah Jah. These people that die in combat, a sniper's bullet, I mean, sometimes they have to have closed caskets. They give 30 to 60 years of their future just gone, so that we can live in freedom and liberty. And killing somebody is a heck of a thing, Clint Eastwood says. You not only take away everything they have, you take away everything they ever gonna have. That means they're not gonna live 60 more years, these guys and these gals that die over there, and nurses and all those people that die because they're in a combat situation, giving their 30 years of their life, 60 years of their life, sacrificing their precious, precious lives, facing perils voluntarily. We have a volunteer army now, and now people don't want to go. We got to have people out there that are willing to fight for liberty. But I'll tell you something, we got to thank those people that are doing that. I mean, to volunteer and go over there and have it maybe a sniper get you? And you think that isn't the way it is? Hey, there was a Russian woman that had 309 confirmed kills with a sniper's rifle, a big bullet, a woman. Why? Because it's easy to pull a trigger. What I'm saying is, hey, you get off in there in those zones and you're always under sniper fire. Think about living like that. You're living like that, you're under incredible stress. And we need to thank those people. We need to say thank you. Thank you. All of you, whoever is over there, they've served. And I know people, and I always thank them. My own father-in-law was a hero in North Africa against Rommel. He was a captain in charge of 200 men. He's one of my heroes. I'm telling you, his picture's right on my wall. Captain Leo Widger, the lion. He's my hero. He and I would go fishing 100 times in my boat. And it was wonderful. Why? My way of thanking him. Thank you for doing what you did, to go over there and face those damn Germans. I mean, they wanted to conquer the world and enslave us all. And we have tyrants right in our own country right now, domestic people. They just want power no matter how they get it. Like Antifa. Hey, they're breaking the law. Those people that are beating up people, Antifa, and breaking windows and damaging and setting fire to property, that's against the law. And I want the law enforced. And I'm talking to you veterans out there, you teachers, you professors, you people with brains that were in civics class. They told you how precious freedom is. And we got to start helping, all of us. And when I read this about Captain Stan Blunt, I need to show you something that's really important to me. All right? This is his picture. I don't know if it shows up very well, but I'm telling you, he was good looking. And I have his picture on front of the sonnet at the top. I want to honor him. And he went around the world in this boat, and it's small, it's 25 feet. He went around the world in 36 days in that little boat. And I said, how could you take the storms? And he said, hey, the storms are okay if the keel is deep. And it had a deep keel, and it's only 25 feet long. And he went around the world in that. And here's an article in one of the Denver newspapers about him. And I'm telling you, right now I'm telling you people in Canyon City, Colorado, you need to get together and buy that boat, the Rupi Paki. That sailboat should be in a Canyon City park. You can find it. Make a go fund me thing so we can get Stan some honor. We got to get Stan that boat in his Canyon City. He was so good looking. He was a tiger of all tigers. And you people should be proud of him. And you're not. And I think you are. You just nobody's haven't told you. You forget. You can't forget Stan. I mean, one of his classmates drowned down the Royal Gorge, and I'm upset about that even now. They were daring him to get in the Royal Gorge, and he did, and they didn't find his body for 5 days. And can you imagine the corpse and his parents having to go through that? And he had a scholarship to a Texas university, and Stan had so many adventures, especially in combat, and he told me about it, and he sent me films and little clips for my teachers and my students all to see. What I'm telling you is, hey, Canyon City, you better get on the ball, and I'm going to show you again because you need to see it. You in Canyon City, you got to get a fund together and get that boat. It's out there in Aberdeen, Washington. I'm sure it's there. And if you should get a fund, you could probably get it cheap or even donated by the family, by his wife. And his wife owes him at least that. And I'm saying that because Stan and I would talk. And I'm telling you, that boat meant a lot to him. And it's beautiful. And you need to get it for Canyon City. Put a fence around it or whatever, but in a park. A monument to Captain Stan Blunt, and then articles about his greatness. You read your own obituary in your newspaper. I read it. It's beautiful. Well, I'm trying to honor him more, and we all need to do that. And you veterans out there, I want to honor you too. There's so many of you here you won't even tell anybody. We owe you. So thank you. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Ja Allah, Allah Ja, pour vous, pour Allahs. Okay? Au revoir. God bless us, everyone.